Hi everyone and welcome back to King Great Airguns. I've got something special for you all today. This is the FX Impact M3. But what I'm about to show you is a view you've probably never seen before. For years we've watched videos about this rifle. Tuning videos, review videos, range videos, and they're great. I've done them myself. They show you this, the outside, the part we all know, but the most important questions, the ones that will genuinely unlock the potential of this rifle, can't be answered from the outside. The magic, the genius of this thing is all happening in here, right inside. And today, for the first time ever, we're going in. We're starting right here with the most powerful and most misunderstood feature on this entire rifle. Power adjustment system. You've got your macro wheel and your micro wheel. Two wheels, one very confused community. What's the difference? Which one should I use? Am I tuning it wrong? Does the macro affect consistency? The common advice you'll hear is macro for big jumps, micro for small tweaks. And that's half the story. The truth is, one of these is equivalent to a sledgehammer and the other is a surgeon's scalpel. And if you don't understand that difference, you are leaving real performance on the table. So let's stop guessing. Let's go and see it. Welcome inside the FX Impact M3. What you're looking at is a fully detailed 3D CAD model of the FX Impact M3. I've built this entirely from the ground up to provide better insight into the inner workings of this rifle. Let's start with the macro wheel. When you reach down and turn this wheel, you're not directly adjusting power, you're moving into a predefined range. What you're actually doing is rotating a precision engineered cam. As the wheel turns, the cam profile pushes against the quick adjustment axle, repositioning the hammer adjuster, which is also directly attached to the spring holder. This provides more or less tension on the hammer spring, and it does this adjustment in big, distinct, repeatable steps. That's why the macro wheel feels clicky. It's not just a detent using a ball bearing to locate on each move or feel. Each click is the cam repositioning itself into its new profile, a new step, a defined amount of force on that spring. That is your sledgehammer. Big, powerful, repeatable jumps in spring preload. That's what the macro wheel does. And now you've seen it happen. So where does the micro wheel come in? This is a completely different mechanism. It doesn't use a cam at all. Instead, it uses a fine adjustment screw. Watch this carefully. While the macro wheel was moving the hammer adjuster and its constituent parts as a whole and shifting it in millimeters, the micro screw is adjusting it in hundredths of a millimeter. Tiny, precise, linear movement. And critically, it's working within the range that the macro wheel has already set. Think of it like this. The macro wheel takes you to a theatre. The micro wheel gets you to the exact seat. So you're not picking between the two. You're using them together in sequence. Macro first to get you into the right power range. Micro second to dial it in precisely for your specific pellet or slug, your barrel, and the current conditions. That's the system, and it is genuinely brilliant engineering once you see it working in there. It just makes sense. Right tool, right job, every time. So let's take this out of the workshop, put it into the field, because that's where it matters. You're out after rabbits, 150 yards, you need a high power setting with a flat trajectory. Everything's dialed in, macro on 8, micro fine-tuned for your pellet slug. The spring is under the correct preload. You're pushing 950 feet per second. You're in business. And now you get a call from the farmer. There's rats in the barn and he needs them dealt with tonight. You go inside, you cannot continue firing with your current power setup in a confined space with walls, pipes, and livestock around. Not only that, the farmer's not going to be very happy with you by improving the airflow. Remember, every missed shot has to end up somewhere, and the farmer probably won't appreciate you turning his shed into a block of Swiss cheese. So what do? You don't fiddle with the micro wheel. You don't try to count tiny clicks in the dark. You make them big, distinct drops in power range using the macro wheel. Macro down to 2, fast, repeatable. The spring decompresses. You're now at 650 feet per second. Safe for the environment, still plenty effective for the job. And if you need to tweak it for that specific tin of pellets you've got with you, that's when, and only when, you touch the micro. Macro for the mission, micro for the millimeter. So have you been using it wrong? Probably not. But now you understand why you're doing what you're doing. You're not just turning wheels and are hoping for the best. You can picture exactly what's happening inside your rifle. The macro sets the stage. The micro perfects the performance. It's a system of beautiful mechanical harmony. And now you've actually seen it working. And honestly, that's what this channel is about. Not just telling you how it works, showing you. I want to hear from you in the comments. What was your aha moment watching this? And what's the one part of the M3 that still confuses you? Because I read every single comment, and your questions will directly decide what we cover next. I'm going to try and build the ultimate definitive visual library for the FX Impact M3 to assist all those of you who are new to this rifle and provide you with some confidence of knowing what taking this rifle apart means and how the systems interact with each other. If you want to truly master this platform and you want to understand what's happening inside your rifle at a level most owners never will, there's one thing you need to do. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, because you do not want to miss what's coming next. So thanks for joining us at King Gray Airguns, and come with us on our journey into the world of PCP air rifle. But in the meantime, shoot straight, stay safe. Thanks for watching.